How far can being casual good really take you in a tournament? That's what I wanted to find out. Can mere hours of practice turn into victory, or am I just about to face a harsh reality check? I took the leap, and so I competed in my very first fighting game tournament. For a bit of context, I like to say that I'm confident that I'm at the level where people call casual good when it comes to fighting games. It's the fine line where you're good enough to destroy your friends and casuals alike, but will get absolutely obliterated in the pro scene. And despite pouring a decent amount of hours in Tekken, the furthest thing I've ever gone is partaking in small tourneys and gaming conventions. But this wasn't enough. I wanted to go a step further beyond and really test my skills against people who dedicate their time to be a step above the rest. So I took the leap and I signed up for an upcoming tournament called the Aussie Hado Nationals. Now, I don't expect to win a tournament with strong and dedicated players, but I at least plan on playing to the very best if I can and hopefully not get destroyed. So when it first came to choosing a character to play, I asked myself, do I want to play a strong character and win? Or do I just want to have fun and win? In the end, I settled for my most comfortable character in the game, the bear. Well, the other bear. But despite me having fun playing Kuma, I realized he may not be the best character out there. He has a lot of weaknesses, like having just one of the worst movement in the game, and most moves can reach him because he's just a really chunky boy. A lot of his moves are extremely slow as well, making him an ideal opponent for faster characters like 90% of the cast. So, in order to overcome this weakness, we just need to understand his strengths and develop a game plan around it. Despite being slow, Kuma has moves that can hit further than some of the cast, which makes his moves come into contact with the opponent before they can. Therefore, this forces opposing opponents to be a little bit more careful when approaching the bear. To keep things short for those at home who don't know, it's like if a strong and popular character like Dragunov is the LeBron James of the game, then Kuma is the equivalent of a Toyota Corolla. So we got that out of the way. Our next problem was something a little bit more internal, which is my own abilities as a player. To elaborate, I struggle under two things. Firstly, my reactions aren't as good as it was, so I kinda suck at throw breaks. Which, for those who don't know what throw breaking is, it's a defensive tool in the game that allows players to escape or counter an opponent's throw attempt. The window is a little bit tight as well, so you need to enter the inputs at the right moment, otherwise the throw will succeed. And secondly, I'm unfamiliar with some characters I normally don't play much against online, like Shaheen or Alexa. Interestingly, when I was searching ways to better improve my reaction time online, I've learned that humans have a biological ceiling as to how fast their reaction time can be. You can actually reduce factors that negatively impact your reaction time, like getting enough rest, regularly exercise, drinking lots of water, having a healthier diet, so on and so on. So in this case, I decided to try and get as much rest as I can while putting in as much exercise as I can, in hopes that it will positively affect my reaction time. And to make up my lack of knowledge on some characters, I spent time learning how to punish them by going through punishment training in the game's practice mode. At this point, we've got a pretty good plan to stick to the tournament. Everything seemed well until just 5 days before the tournament. I accidentally burnt my finger when I was making dinner. Granted, it doesn't heavily affect my performance as much, but maybe just a slight discomfort when I'm pressing down on that finger. There's nothing much I could really do, so I spent my remaining time on sticking to practice mode and online matches. I also made sure to review my matches with the replay system so I know what I could have done better. The final few days flashed by, and before I knew it, it was the day of the tournament, the very moment I spent these 2 weeks planning and preparing for. And to be honest, I was kinda nervous, but I've come this far to back out now. Also, I paid money for this, so yeah.
2 hours later.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I got absolutely bodied. I stood zero chance against the people I played up against.
Unfortunately, my run ended with me getting knocked out at the tournament early on at 0-2, and none other than an Eddie, which we even tried to prepare for. I really thought that having a proper plan was enough to put me far ahead of the competition. And while I managed to get some games off, just being in a local tournament was a whole new experience. There's just something about being there physically that was extremely nerve-wracking. Maybe it's because I'm so used to playing online at home all the time. And on the other hand, the people I have played against had lots of history with the game, and are chock full of experience that they accumulated over the years. But that was one thing that I have failed to prepare for, and that was playing on the right side of the screen. See, when you play a fighting game by yourself, the game normally defaults you to the left side of the screen, and because I got so used to practicing on the left side, I got so comfortable with it, the second I got swapped over to the right side, my performance just crumbled, honestly. But I genuinely think that if I start working on that flaw and just practicing more, I can definitely improve and place higher in future tournaments. But you know what? At the end of the day, even if I got destroyed, I didn't think it was all for nothing. I really had a fun time preparing for a local tournament and just experiencing what the local scene can offer. It's funny that despite a game consisting of violence, competition, and battle, ironically, the fighting game community is one of the most chill communities I've ever seen. Like, no joke, I just befriended a chiropractor out of nowhere just by getting my ass handed over to me. So I realized, while we train endlessly, learn new combos, and push ourselves beyond our limits to win, maybe, just maybe, the real fighting games are the friends we make along the way. To keep things short for those at home, I also made sure to review my matches with the replay system so I know what oh my god. The final few days... Oh my god, I hate this. Oh my gosh, why did I do this? Unfortunately, my run... God damn it. And maybe it's because sorry, one more time. The real fighting games are the friends we make along the way. Alright, we're good. We're cutting that. Let's go with that. That's 9 minutes of raw footage I can absolutely oil myself up to.